I don't know. I don't know. We got to... Oh, here we go. Countdown's on. Compulsion Games. Sandfall Interactive. id Software. I think we're going to start with Doom. Our games you were seeing in development and do not represent the final product. Okay, well. All games are available on day one with Game Pass. That's huge. That is huge. Love of videos on both accounts. Glad you do, my friend. They might show the COD Season 2 trailer, but we've already seen that. Day one Game Pass. I don't think they're going to show any DLC if they're doing all day one Game Pass. That's huge, though. So that's what they're trying to sell here. So this is 18 plus. This could be Doom. Or Doom. 4 games. Hold up. Or studios. Are they only showing off 4 games in this? Straight from the devs. Ooh, this might be bad move, Xbox. So they're literally only showing us 4 games. Okay, so did we know that in advance? So it's going to be directly from devs. So one of them is going to be Doom. So it's a developer direct, Compulsion Games. And that last one we don't know. Oh wait, they're starting with that? Xbox Game Studio. They're starting with the mystery one? I thought they would end with this for sure. Team Ninja. I have no idea what this is yet. Does anybody know?
Konnichiwa, Koei Tecmo Games Team Ninja no Yasuda Fumihiko desu.
I am pleased to announce the exciting news about one of our flagship action series. Pocky, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. Without further ado, please take a look. Appreciate the Prime though, my friend. KT.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods,
is this
wreaked havoc across the world.
Wait, what is this?
The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a sole ninja.
A ninja?
However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of
I somehow
rain.
don't know this one.
The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
Infiltrated the facility. Commencing mission.
All right, we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the Game Awards. By the end of each one, we decide whether it's a W or an L. That's the story.
No escape.
So arcade ninja game. This is what they did for their big surprise, though. Odd choice.
You're open. Weak.
So are they going for like kind of like a Souls-like or no? Or like faster, way faster pace?
Ryu Hayabusa.
Wild moves,
Whatever your
though.
clan is plotting, it ends here.
Look at that slide.
So you've come, Raven.
Back off, Hayabusa. I will execute my
Does
mission.
anyone know any Oh, it's Ninja Gaiden. Okay, so this is good. That'll be big for some people.
世界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上
I was
大
gonna say
変お
that
待たせ
halfway
しま
through
し
the
た。
trailer, but I didn't want to look like an
最強の
idiot.
忍者となり容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。
Oh no, the repeating character
プラチナ
sounds?
ゲームズさんのア
What
ク
do
シ
you
ョ
mean
ンゲ
by
ームと
that?
いうジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。
So, truth be told, I've
忍者
never
ガイ
played
デ
a
ン4という
Ninja
タイト
Gaiden
ルを10
game.
年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に
So
新
but this is
鮮な
gonna
気
be
持ち
big
で
for
プレイ
people,
していた
right?
だけるよう新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人
Because, like,
ヤクモで
they just said that this is the first one. I didn't mean to turn that all the way down. This is gonna be the first one within a decade. So people who are Ninja Gaiden
先ほどご覧いただいた映像の
fans.
中でリュウハヤブサも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、リュウハヤブサが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒竜が
Takes place in Tokyo, which is devastated by the reign of Dark Rot caused by the Dark Dragon. Did I read that right?
この雨は
When you jump or dodge, it makes the sound over and over again, kind of like Mario. Every time he jumps, makes the same noise. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, I kind of get what you're saying. I believe Pirate Software said something about that, where you gotta audio shift them in order to like make it not drive you insane.
首都東京で黒竜を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
They're making like the
ダークでハードな世界観は継承し、
shots of like the studios look wild. Like they're gonna have like smoke effects in the background soon. And
ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。舞台となる東京は
anyone in chat, does anyone never played it before, but I've heard of this game? Okay, yeah, you're kind of in the same boat as me. I've never played a Ninja Gaiden game,
環境全体が
but
プレイヤー
I've
に
definitely heard of it. And that's why I said I know some people will be happy about this. It's just so I have to like
前作より
decide whether
立体的に自由度の増した危険に満ちたステージを
this is something I would play,
シリーズおなじみの体術など
never having played a Ninja Gaiden game before.
レールアクション、スイングアクションなどのダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。
It's a tough question.
これら以外にも様々なシチュエーションやチャレンジ、隠されたアイテムなどを用意しており、ステージが進むごとに上がっていくテンションにも
Oh,
驚
there's
いていただけると思います。
Microtransactions confirmed. Yeah, Dead or Alive. I played one of those a long time ago.
竜はやぶさに次ぐ新たな町人です。
So the goal is to become a master
彼にはまだ若さも
ninja.
残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍者ガイデンシリーズにおける忍者の頂点、竜と肩を並べる次世代の町人たり得る人物としてデザインしています。そんなヤクモの前に立ちふさがるのは、荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や現世に蔓延する人ならざる者、妖魔。
This is too many subtitles to read. I'm not gonna lie to
シリーズ
you.
おなじみの魔人も登場します。また現時点では公開していませんが、新たなキャラクターやシリーズファンの方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
See, they screwed this up though. They screwed the pooch on this because they revealed that this is Ninja Gaiden 4, Chris. They revealed their secret game right at the beginning. So if no people aren't interested in the other games, they're immediately going to tune out. Whereas if you would have held this to the end, you would have got everyone to look at the other games first, because they've announced what those ones are. Mistakes were made.
一対他の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの方ではこれまでの忍者ガイデンにはない広範囲かつ一撃必殺の攻撃となっており、多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率機も健
Oh,
在
the
です。
1v1 battles.
プレイヤー同様、敵もガードや回避をしてくるため、緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。
That boss fight looks
敵の動きをしっ
wild.
かりと捉えながら 一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの方によって忍者ガイデンのアクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。
Like the light that they put, like
本作の主人公であるヤクモは
those are big TVs to be doing dev on.
その中でもしっかりと忍者ガイデンらしさを感じていただけると思います。
Do they say the showcase is mostly about Japanese studios? I don't think so.
2つの型があるという点がヤクモの大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて
Like a really cool game. Again, I've never played them before, so I don't know how this compares to the other one.
滅却、絶技などを絡めた
Let's see if I can go to Twitter and see what the overall sentiment
も
is.
ちろんヤクモでも健在です。
ヤクモと竜ハヤブサはそれぞれがかなり異なる個性的な遊び心地になって
I
い
don't
ま
even
すの
see
で、
anyone talking about it.
さまざまな戦闘バリエーションを楽しむことができるようになっています。ヤクモ、そして竜ハヤブサの双方で飛燕、伊豆名落としなどシリーズおなじみのアクションを駆使しつつ新アクションを織り交ぜた新しい忍者ガイデンにご期待ください。忍者ガイデンシリーズに色濃く残っている歯ごたえやグレードの高いアクション体験の継承、さらに我々プラチナゲームズの特徴
Speed and
である
dynamics
スピーディ
expressions
ーなアクションやダイナミッ
Platinum
クな演
games.
出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めており
Mainline
ます。
sequel continue involves
容
the
赦ない敵
series.
とのいかなる攻防にもフェアに戦える手触りをヤクモでも目指しています。皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を
Can't
楽しみ
wait
に
to
して
get
い
your
ます。
hands on the new
シリーズ
entry
フ
in
ァ
the
ンは
Ninja
もちろん
Gaiden
のこと
series.
忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存
So I'm
分に楽しめ
assuming
る
this is coming
作品になって
this
おります
year?
ので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、つい
They've
に
been
発表することができて
stealthily creating it
非常に
like a
嬉しく思
ninja.
います。2025年秋に本作を
Delivering
皆
it to you
様に
fall
お
of
届けできるのを楽しみ
2025.
にしています。続報にもぜひご期待くだ
Please
さ
stay
い。
tuned for further information. So fall. And it's Game Pass day one.
さて本日お伝えしたい発表は
One more
それ
thing
だ
we're
けではあ
excited
り
to
ません。
announce.
こちらをご覧ください。
Okay, alright. This is another game? Unreal Engine. This looks similar. This looks extremely similar. Guess I turned the volume.
Leads through the land of the dead.
Remake of old ninja games. Yeah, you're definitely right.
And thus the sun sets on the Dragon Ninja bloodline.
You're definitely right.
Go back to hell.
All paths before me are cruel and arduous. Our time has come.
Ninja Gaiden Black. Ninja Gaiden 2
忍者
Black?
ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox360 で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを
They
皆
didn't
様
want to
にお
use
楽
the
しみい
word
ただいた作品で
remastered,
す。本
so
作忍者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。美麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、竜ハヤブサに加え綾音、もみじ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日コンソール、PC、そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに発売となります。忍者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め
it'd be the year
2025
of the
年は忍者の
ninja.
年、
Wait, so what? They're releasing these the
ぜひ
same
ガイデンシリーズ
year?
の展開にご注目くださ
I
い。
missed that.
本日はありがとうございました。
I missed the Ninja Gaiden Black thing. Plus, oh, play today. I totally missed that. Look, that's actually pretty cool. They shadow dropped that. Compulsion Games. I think this is the game that I want to see. I think. Oh no, it's not this one.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada. At our studio,
Oh, it's
we care about world
Montreal.
building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
What type of gameplay is it?
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my
So
first
is
hurricane.
it narrative driven though?
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shoot, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
We wouldn't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be
The
rushed if
art
you didn't wait all that
direction's
time
really
at the
weird.
shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Did your mom just die?
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving. An ancient
Weaving?
magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver.
I can tell you already, this is gonna have the DEI
Someone
people
who can see
going
beyond
wild.
the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our world, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both
Oh, what
the
did we say
mystical
about Ninja
strands
Gaiden?
and
Was that a
stigmas
W
in
or
the
an L?
world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As
Oh,
Hazel
I
discovers her
played a
power,
game like
the
this.
world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
Can't remember what it's called. It was an indie game where you like
here.
revive
My
them.
salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's
This is
arsenal
actually
and
super
powers
interesting.
are designed around textile crafting and traditional
I want to
spinning.
see like the
Her
gameplay
weapons
more
include
though.
a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on her journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to traverse the world, conjure objects,
This could be good.
and confront adversaries.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as aints. The
Why is the
manifestations
Catfish
of
like the most
corruption
over the
Hazel
top
encounters.
Louisiana accent?
These haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each aint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because Aints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills become the key to gaining the upper hand in combat.
It almost like gives
Push,
me like
pull, and weave are some
God
of the
of
spells
War,
at your disposal
like
that
Xbox
give you a
version of
tactical
God of War.
advantage during a fight. Timing
gives you
is
Witcher
everything.
vibes.
Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their
When am I
core
gonna
and
make my
setting
own
them
game?
free
I
of their
wouldn't
clutch,
even know where to start.
which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns. If you play your combos right, you can enhance Hazel's combat readiness and keep on chaining her abilities. As Hazel progresses in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities, and you'll have to decide which areas to prioritize.
I don't know, this definitely gives me
The upgrades will change how
God
you
of
approach
War
combat,
style
like enhancing
combat
area
vibes,
effect
kind
attacks,
of.
or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around?
You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic
Dude,
history.
This is Xbox
You'll gradually
God of
uncover
War.
the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each
Oh,
creature's
big surprise.
past.
I could have guessed that they were called echoes.
Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region
This
to
game
reflect
is
the
going to come
creature
down to
that's been
writing
doomed to wander it.
and voice acting,
From
whether
the
it's good or
atmospheric
not.
environment to unique music themes.
The environments
composed
look
for each
awesome. The
While
animation
not all
style looks pretty
encounters
cool.
lead to direct combat. Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct
So boss
mechanics that
encounters.
center around a specific thematic. These encounters feature multiple phases that ramp up in complexity.
These look good.
As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or hugging Molly,
That's
each
creepy.
of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic
Southern
battles.
folklore, okay, that's what it's based off of.
We got a
I would answer your
long
question
journey
about
ahead.
the catfish from before.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps
That's cool.
to flooded farmlands to the Appalachian peaks. In our magical South, decaying buildings reclaimed by nature
that's what I mean, the
stand
environments look
moments
awesome.
away from a hungry Rugal. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits.
Never heard of that
The weight
before,
of the
but okay.
past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy.
They want to have the Chupacabra, I bet.
Artistically, we're staying true to our
Maybe.
Moody Compulsion signature style. But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation, which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version
Like,
of
I think the
fantastical deep
animations
south.
look amazing. Like I said, this is going to come down to the writing and the
At
acting.
Compulsion Games, we love to craft around central themes. We are lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into South of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
April 8th, that's not bad. I think that's like a pretty good month. I don't think there's anything too crazy coming out around then. Yeah, April 8th. Okay, so we have that, and then we have... Oh, we're going to Sandfall. Can't remember what this game is called. I think this is the one that I wanted to see, I think. Was this the one? Oh, we got some opera music.
Bonjour, everyone. We are Sunfall Interactive, and welcome to our nano. We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition.
Okay, never mind. This is not the one I thought.
It's a turn-based RPG.
Oh, it's
set in the
turn-based.
fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world.
This looks
I knew I
alright.
needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features.
This looks like a Paper Mario RPG style combat with movement of camera, which is a good idea.
I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision. And we had that, defined by
Persona
three core
style,
elements.
I guess.
A story with great emotional depth. Gameplay that innovates on the classics we love. And a world
this will
that
be
is
good.
completely original, beautiful, and immersive. We founded Sunfall Interactive on these tenets. A group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
This too is your legacy.
Core to every great RPG is a compelling story.
As a writer?
And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook.
Okay, go on.
67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Final Fantasy vibes for sure.
Expeditioners.
So they try to kill this lady that kills everyone under a certain age.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Oh, there goes DEI people again.
With you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and
It's a good
Lune are
concept.
deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is
People
tied
are gonna
not
call
only
it
to their
woke because
family,
there was
it's
two
central
girls
to
laying
their
beside
identity
each other.
and purpose.
But you're obviously gonna have a group of people who go together.
Contingency.
There's a...
You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustav, are you real?
Are you real?
It's not
Oh, is
all
it gonna
dark,
be-
though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need the foot.
So you can like get like different people.
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Gestrol, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many
I'm not
other
gonna lie,
Gestrolls
this
across
game
the
looks dope.
Bonjour. And of course, there is Eskier, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Eskier is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world.
So there's mounts.
And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities
Definitely
for him
Final
to access
Fantasy
new
vibes
areas
in this
of the
one.
world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect
So
with.
side missions for each character in the story arc.
In addition to a strong narrative, we had a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction.
Yeah, so that's like what Paper Mario
Which
used to
gives
do. If you
combat
press
greater
A at the right
intensity
time, you do
and
more
dynamism.
damage.
During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right time. But balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get right.
And then the
During
movement of the
initial
camera is
playtests,
what makes it
turn-based
look
players
good.
often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character.
Oh, so here you go. Here's like the RPG
We
elements
spend
of
a
it.
lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle
Huge
viable
skill
so
trees.
that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique mechanic. Maëlle switches between stances which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Maëlle the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with
that's my-
Gustav's complementary skills.
Always glass cannon.
The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects,
Holy
which
Jesus.
in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and
Holy
playstyle to explore.
Jesus.
Needless to say, we can't wait to see how
When
you
does this
choose to
come out?
play and what kinds of build you'll design
This actually
that
looks
we probably
really good.
never even imagined.
My brain
Our story
feels
is set in
overwhelmed
the
looking
French
at that. There was
fantasy
a lot.
world, and I was really excited to design something unique.
So let's be honest, this is French Final Fantasy.
Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestrol Village is an early area
Looks
in the
unreal,
game
though.
where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrols are like. The Gestrol village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest,
You thinking
labyrinth,
fall?
and sentinels.
I'm hoping
I designed
summer.
it as a vibrant place,
I want
like
summer
an
on
old
this one.
graveyard of Gestrels, or forgotten wooden toys in a box.
You're probably right,
with
it is
two
probably
main
fall.
colors, red and white.
I'm hoping like
I wanted to make it feel cozy,
June.
hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths
June
in case enemies
23rd.
get in.
I don't know why that number.
Same process with the characters.
Is that
Minoko
what day
came
of a
in a
week is
single
that?
concept. I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Definitely won't be the 23rd.
Ladies.
June 27th.
Could I?
Ow!
Definitely a gestural.
For SK, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
Game looks
From the very start
beautiful.
of the project,
I
there was
like
one
turn-based
thing we
games.
absolutely
I get if
wanted
you
to bring
don't. It's
back from
completely
older
fine.
JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map. And it was a real challenge
Final
to create,
Fantasy.
both artistically and technically. And it ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need SK's help traveling around.
That's insane.
We're super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
Looks like a big game.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th on Xbox Series X and S and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already wishlist the game and follow us for more info.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33. We are a small, passionate team. It's our debut
Wait,
game.
6 people
and we
made
can't
this?
wait for you to discover
Is that
our
true?
story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre. On behalf of everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
April.
Tomorrow comes.
So 2 Xbox games in April.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
April 24th. And it's on PS5. I don't know if you saw that. It is on PS5 as well. Or it's just day one Game Pass. Yeah, that's my favorite one so far. Here we go. This is the one you probably were waiting for. So, uncommon opinion here. I didn't love the last Doom. Everyone loved it.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software.
I didn't know it was in
Where
Dallas.
more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and
The
set
music
a
in it's
course
amazing, though.
for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values
Do we
at
know
the
when this
core
one
of our
comes out yet?
games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment
Trying to look.
in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on id's tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark
May 15th is the leak
That
date?
was so stupid I mouthed the words.
Now, I'm interested in this one because of melee combat, right? Because you're going into the Dark Ages.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat.
Combat exploration story.
In Doom
Okay.
Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank.
Okay, I kind of
Heavy,
like this.
Strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
I actually kind of like the look of
And
this.
a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again, just like in the classic Doom games. But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom the Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw.
Great idea, whoever
Block.
thought of that.
Throw.
Yeah.
Parry. Deflect. All from one input. It's contextual, tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience.
Shield is what's going to make
So
this
in
one.
2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom the Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight.
I'm not gonna lie, this looks good.
And the Shield Saw will give you the strength to go head to head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id.
Those are big.
But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or
Yeah,
maybe
okay,
an
I like
electrified
this.
gauntlet. Or even a Doom spiked mace. That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's totally awesome. And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable smashing your way through the horde.
So it looks
with
like based
total
off of the
freedom.
color of the circle, it's what melee weapon you
And
use
that
when you
seems
finish
like
it.
a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked
Probably
about
the
yet.
guns?
The trigger.
Yeah. The hell gun is that? He's shooting skulls.
That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean.
There's a shotty.
Ancient. Brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage
This is gonna be
and
good.
see how these medieval mechanics
This is gonna be
synergize with
good.
the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom the Dark Ages.
I bet you this is the actual audio from the game too. Like the music, I mean. Oh? It's still pretty fast. Definitely slower than Eternal. I will not be this good at this game. I'll tell you that right now.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best.
Smart.
You can slow things down or speed them up.
Or you can
It's a
speed
Doom
up
for
the
all
game.
Slayers.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlas, which is a mech.
They
It's
went
the size
Pacific
of a
Rim with
building.
it?
It's powerful, and you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists.
Really?
And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The Power
Really?
Fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect
That
more
is
than just
dope.
great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world.
Yeah, okay,
of
this
Doom,
this
the
I'm
Dark
interested
Ages.
in. Let's see how they do this.
Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll
I think
experience
that was a
in
pirate
Doom: The
ship
Dark
there.
Ages.
Yeah.
In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy
defending the
formations
castle.
along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of
Look at
vital
how many people were in
resources.
that.
You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight, and
So the green
objectives
things you
pursue.
can, there's puzzles. There's puzzles.
It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet.
Boss time. What are we saying? Our guess is May 15th for this one?
And the soundtrack to your epic adventures
Oh, yeah.
will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars,
Yeah, we'll stream
medieval
this one,
vibes,
Batman.
and pure adrenaline.
I'm trying to get
You'll
into
feel like
streaming
you're
other games,
expanding
so
the legend of
we'll
the
probably
Slayer
play
with
most of
every
these when they
mission you
come out.
complete. And speaking
Okay,
of
this
that
is.
legend,
I'm interested in this.
the story of Doom: The Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016
Right.
Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
So it's a prequel.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience.
Oh, is the whole team
that's as
gonna end
fun
up
to
in one
play
area? See how
as
they're
it
all
was
walking
to
behind
make,
each other?
and make something that's good enough to become
Cringe.
the
Cringe
best
for sure.
game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages releases,
It's May. May 15th. It was the leak day was right. And it's coming to PS5. I don't know if you saw that. One more surprise? Is there a surprise? I don't think there's a surprise.
This is so You will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Hazel's powers are designed
So
around
April,
textile
April,
crafting
May,
and spinning wheels.
and when was
the
the
combat
Gaiden?
system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
Our reactive turn-based system
I'm gonna
has a
play the
real-time
hell out of
reaction,
that.
which
I'm
gives
telling you that
combat
right
greater
now.
intensity and dynamism.
Fall.
リングや
That
シ
one
リー
was
ズおなじみ
fall.
の体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります
That was the one I was by far the least excited for.
楽しみにしています
All So yeah, that's their selling point, is they want to sell Game Pass. All day one Game Pass. No surprise at the end, eh? Nope. Maybe? No? No, maybe? I'm gonna say no. So yeah, so honestly, in order, I thought I wouldn't be excited for Doom. I am. It's either number 1 or number 2. It's the Expedition 33 in this one, and then South of Midnight is one that I'm just interested in. It might end up playing really well. It kind of gives me a God of War style vibe to the game. But yeah, Ninja Gaiden, that one I don't know if I'll play, especially with it coming out in fall. I highly doubt it. But honestly, I was impressed for having essentially 2 games that I hadn't really heard about. It did a good job of explaining them enough to be like, okay, yeah, I'll play that. And both of them are in April. And then we have May, and then fall. Fall's kind of the weird one. But yeah, there was no like Fable, no Gears of War, nothing for Call of Duty. Was there anything else that Outer Worlds that's supposed to come out 2025 that we don't know? The Outer Worlds 2, that is. So those will probably be whatever the next one of these directs are. That's probably what they'll show us in those. But for now, I'm curious what you guys think. And yeah, thanks for coming out to the stream. I will be live tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there. Be square. No idea what we're doing yet.